Testing. Can you hear and see me? Hi guys. I know I was meant to stream like yesterday and also kind of the day before and also kind of the day before, but I'm here now and that's the important part, right? Oh my gosh. I've been a little bit, how's your father? But I just missed you guys so much and I had to say hello. So don't mind me putting my phone on Do Not Disturb. Hi Cody, how are you? Are you well? I'm a little bit sick still. I'm not sure if it's just general tiredness and fatigue or, if I may have gotten a cold or something like that. So we're going to see how we go. I don't know. I might be doing a half stream today or something, but I still wanted to check in because I missed you guys. And yeah, I figured what better way to feel better than to do one of my favorite things, which is to give and receive, if I'm lucky, some nice words. So, Cody, you've got some sore wrists. I know that feeling. Oh my gosh. I just been feeling so heavy recently. Like super, super, like, I don't know, bodily heavy. Like I don't want to move. I don't want to do anything, but just kind of like lounge about, and that's a feeling I don't get too often. I mean, I do get tired often and stuff like a normal human being, but in terms of that, just like that exact noise, that's something I only ever felt when back, a few years before during the COVID peak when I got COVID a few times. That's how I felt, but yeah, I don't think, oh, at least I hope that that's not what's going on now. So maybe it's just gravity is increasing on all of us. That is maybe true. So, yes, fatigue. It's something that for me has been part of my life, for as long as I can remember. It's more or less bearable at times. And sometimes, like back when I was really, really ill, when I was like iron deficient and all that stuff, I literally felt like I could not get out of bed if someone had a gun to my head and was like, literally all you have to do is stand up and your life is spared. Like I was so tired back then that I couldn't even bring myself to do that. So it's not that bad right now. But sometimes I find myself going back into that feeling and being like, oh, I don't like this feeling. And so, yeah, I'm trying to just take it baby steps, step by step, and still check in where it counts, like here with you guys. So we'll see how we go. I might find my groove and we'll just do a normal stream. Otherwise, yeah, maybe we'll see halfway through if I'm like, okay, well, I think it's time to have dinner with my bro. We actually got some ingredients today for milkshakes and I just felt like it would make me feel a bit better. And so now there's a big tub of vanilla ice cream in my freezer and there's some caramel syrup just waiting for me. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. And I don't know if you guys remember this, but if you've been here for a while, one of the first ever streams I did when I first moved in, before I even had like furniture, was a stream on my phone, I believe, where I made thick shakes for myself and my brother. So it's kind of like a full circle moment, which I can appreciate. And Polydactyl, thank you. That's a very kind thing for you to say. I like this color. I quite like blue, and I like big, like jewel tones, like JEWEL. I think they look really nice on, like I guess really clear. What's the word? There's a word for it. Like it doesn't matter the actual skin tone, but the fact that it's so stark. So whether it's really pale skin or really dark skin, there's a quality that I think some people have is kind of a luminous quality that looks really good in jewel tones. I don't know if I fully embodied that, but I like to maybe co-opt it somewhat. So thick shakes higher priority than furniture. Literally, like I can't even remember. I think it was at some point when I was first still moving in and I had a blender, I guess. So that was probably a bit later. But yeah, I was like, you know what? Thick shakes. That's what we need to do right now. And so, yeah, I haven't had a proper thick shake in a hot minute. When I say that, I still have had lots of milkshakes in my time. But you know, I want it to be so thick that you could basically turn the blender upside down and it will still stay in one place. That's the litmus test, you know, for the perfect thick shake. And most people, you know, they get too ambitious with the milk and stuff like that, and so it ends up being pretty liquidy and pretty runny. But no, the secret is to put in way too much ice cream, more ice cream than you think is necessary, more ice cream than you feel is morally correct. And then see what happens. That's usually my method, and it tends to work. But yeah, I'm excited for that. We'll see how we go. But yeah, careful, Emmy, you might accidentally make ice cream soup. It's possible. I used to actually, when I was a kid, and I don't know if this is really gross, like, guys, hopefully we can still be friends, but when I was like younger, when I was a kid, we used to go to my grandma's house and she would serve us ice cream in a bowl. And I don't know why, but I used to really like stirring it. So like it became basically soup. Not totally liquid, but to the point where you can kind of like mix it and then pull your spoon away and like a little, like, I don't know, a little drop of ice cream would form into a peak, and yeah, then I would eat it like that. So I don't know. The beginnings of a serial killer type beat. I hope not. But anyway, yeah, that's something that I remember doing, and I have not done that in a very, very long time. So maybe that's why I have a fondness for thick shakes. It's all making sense now. But anyway, this stream in particular, I feel like it's something I've wanted to do for a while. We've done it in the past, but I want to revisit the compliment stream, which is when I try to give you guys as many compliments as I can, sincere ones, of course. Obviously it works better when I've known you guys for a bit longer, but I'll do my best to, you know, give them out to as many people as I can. And also, if you guys know each other, I think it would be nice to, like, you know, spend just however much time you feel comfortable with sharing that appreciation with the people that you feel you should share it with. So it's not just all at me, because I feel like that's maybe too self-indulgent. But yeah, so if you know people in this chat and you've been waiting to say some kind words, I think now's a good time for it. And we do have a little like compliment channel point redeem thing, but today just pretend that it's all free and anyone can use it. Though, you know, I'm only limited by my human like capacity for speaking and reading each message. So I'm going to try my best. If I miss anyone, I apologize. I'll try to come back to anyone that I accidentally skip over. But yeah, so the compliment stream is when I came into the stream, if I recall. Oh, there you go, Cody. It's like again a full circle moment, and yeah, it's very easy, in fact, to come up with compliments for you guys. It's not something I have to think too hard about. It's like something that I actually find myself having to hold back from sometimes, which sounds a bit funny, but it's kind of like, I don't know. Sometimes people may assume that I don't mean what I say, because like compliments come so easily to me and I'm quite like with them, you know. But in fact, they are almost in a way the truest truth of what I'm capable of saying at that moment in time. And I don't want to be so effusive, which means like, you know, highly praising, that people start to think I don't mean what I say. And so sometimes I hold back out of fear, I suppose. But today is like the no restraint version of Emmy, so watch out. You know, like it's, yeah, one of those things where it's like you really don't know what you've been put into, like what you've signed up for, because yeah, when I'm at my most unleashed, that's when shit hits the fan. But I'm going to see how to do this. Like, I don't want to compliment anyone that doesn't want to be complimented, because sometimes it can be like, oh, do not perceive me, man. So if anyone would like to be complimented, let's just say like a little emoji in the chat or something. One that's free that everyone can use. What's one that everyone can use? This one? The love heart one? If you give me 3 love hearts, then I will take that as consent to be complimented thoroughly. So, and welcome in to our first time chatter and to some of our old friends too. I actually am midway through my face, so I figured we could do that for a bit as well while I get warmed up. And this top, it's kind of a bit see-through, just ignore that. Because yeah, this is the first time I'm actually wearing this top. It's from my mum's place, which is actually from my sister's wardrobe, and I don't know who this article of clothing actually originally belonged to, but it's mine now. And I literally was just trying to look for something to wear on stream, and so 5 minutes ago I put it on and didn't really consider the ramifications of that. So here we are. And I will show you the full thing in just a bit, but it's a cute color. And I was also, wait, let's see. I was also going to wear it without pants because I was like, wait, is this a top or is this a dress? And so, but I ended up having at least some amount of common sense and thought, you know what, just to be safe, I'm gonna wear pants. But yeah, it's not a thirsty Thursday, that's why. So anyway, yes, 3 love hearts, and I'll do my best to compliment you. If I know you well, it's easier. But still, I think even for a first time chatter, like there's a lot to go based on, like their first message, their username. You can even, well, I say you, I mean, I can ask questions and get to know you better that way. So, Punch Drinker, where do I even start? You're one of the very first, I think, followers and chatters on this channel ever. And that's not nothing, you know, it's something that means a lot to me. And one of those chatters that I think is a person of few words, but every word hits different, if you know what I mean. And yeah, we've had some really funny moments right at the beginning of this channel's kind of birth, shall we say. Some more lewd than others, but yeah, I feel very grateful that I know people, like I've known people at this point for many years. That's kind of crazy. And you've kind of seen me grow up over time, like have good moments, bad moments, happy and sad moments. And look, I'm poeming in real time. Punch Drinker, you're one of the people that I would consider in my, like, I don't know, first 10 friends on here. And so that's very meaningful to me. And I appreciate you being here after all this time. And visibly, oh my gosh. So you, oh my goodness gracious. You don't have to do that. I hope you know that, right? Thank you kindly. I guess that means now I have to put my clothes away too. God damn it. I should say you're also very, very generous. That goes without saying though. There's Elvis going, Thank you kindly. I appreciate it. I'll make sure to put those clothes away and I won't so I won't forget. Let me just write it here. 0 out of 5 clothes. Thank you again. Let me see. I don't want to miss anyone, so I'm just going to do my best visibly. So you're an incredible, I don't mean to say this like in a, what's the word? Like bureaucratic way, but you are an incredible resource, like in terms of knowledge, in terms of like tech related stuff, in terms of insight into whatever conversation we happen to be talking about, whether it's like philosophy, poetry, like, you know, whether we're horny posting or not. And that's something that really, well, when it comes to people that I would like to spend time with IRL, that's a huge deal to me. And I feel very blessed because, you know, when people like that decide to stop by, I feel like I'm actively learning just by showing up. And I think that's something that gets underappreciated sometimes. I don't know if you feel the same way visibly, but like it is invisible work sometimes to be the kind of person that offers up so generously and without judgment their own perspective, their own thoughts, feelings, unmitigated, uncensored. You know, it's hard because you have to be the first one to be vulnerable. You have to trust that the other person or people will take you in good faith. And you do that every single time you show up here. You know, like you model that behavior, and it's something that I really, really admire. And so, not to mention you're also just really funny, but I'm trying to be more specific because all of you guys are funny and thoughtful and kind and generous. And so I'm like, okay, well, I need to get more specific because otherwise I'm just going to be saying the same shit over and over. So just assume when I'm talking to all of you guys, I have the basics covered. And so, yeah, I hope that makes sense. But yes, I feel like I actively have more knowledge in my brain after we speak, and that's something that I really value in friends. So let's see who's next. Cody, where do I even start with you? Again, another person I've known for a very long time. You have literally been here through thick and thin. When I went on my long ass hiatuses, multiple, you were the one, like in the Discord, keeping that place alive with your positive vibes and, you know, sweet words. And I think your positivity, which is unwavering, literally. I like to think I'm optimistic, but then I look at someone like you and I'm just like, holy fuck, I've got a long way to go. That's something that I really appreciate. And it's the type of good vibes that you know that, you know, you're going to be in safe hands with. So like, I don't know, sometimes you hang out with someone and their vibes are kind of like, they're kind of just going through their own shit and kind of making it everyone else's problem. I think you're the opposite of that. Like whatever happens in your life, whatever's going on in your life, you transmute it into good feeling and then you offer it back out into the world. And that's something, again, that I really, really like in terms of like hanging out with people. That is the kind of vibe that I like. I want someone who recognizes the importance of that alchemy to go from, you know, experiencing whatever it may be and having the choice to take it in a nice way or to take it in a not so nice way. Sometimes I feel like it is easier to just let the world and all of its kinds of scarinesses chill a person, but you've never acquiesced to that, and I think that's something worth admiring and respecting, Cody. And again, not to mention how incredibly creative and artistic you are, but it's like, you know, it goes without saying. So if I had to pick the most striking thing, that would be it. Your optimism, which is something we could all benefit from and include more in our lives. Like, I'm prone to dramatics at times, like, you know, I can be a little bit like, oh no, the world is ending. And it's like something that I have to check myself on a lot because I just, I have to realize, like, you know, we are incredibly, or at least in my life, I'm incredibly privileged and blessed. And so it's a good reminder, and I have you to thank for a lot of those reminders. So thank you. Let me see here. Visibly Cody. Now, this is from a first-time chatter. Is it Chapri with the 3 hearts? Now, we literally just met, so forgive me for the surface level reading, but from what I can see, your very first message was incredibly kind and incredibly sweet. So I feel like we're going to get along very, very well, if that's your typical MO. And yeah, I hope that you stay, you know, you stick around and get to know us more so I can find more thorough and more meaningful ways to compliment you. And tell me more about your username, Chapri. Like, it kind of reminds me of Chappy, like a happy chappy. Are you a happy chappy? Because yeah, that's it. That's the kind of vibes that I also like. So hopefully, but yeah, I should make like a little command or something, like wherever you see these 3 love hearts, that's a binding contract. Like the Binding of Isaac, but it's a binding contract that you consent to being complimented. So I don't know, should I make a command for it? Because people might come in and not know or understand it. But yeah, from one girly pop to another, you're one of the most beautiful human beings I've ever seen. That's very sweet. I don't think I can claim that without, you know, my head exploding immediately from sheer ego, but you're very sweet to say that. And I think honestly, the title for most gorgeous definitely goes to this fella. Like, come on, with a booty like that. Oh my god, like we can't even look at that for too long. And Q, oh, it'll be my pleasure to compliment you. So we went a while without speaking to each other, or like, you know, interacting, and that was partially because I had a big long break, and also partially because I think you said that you were on a break as well, or just doing whatever Qs do in the world. But again, that category of people that are incredibly insightful and funny and very quick-witted. Like, I often find that, you know, if I'm reading something in the chat, and sometimes I just pick out the words if it's going too fast, or like, you know, I don't get a chance to see the actual username before I read the actual message. If I've laughed my ass off at something and then I check the username and it says Q Cox, then I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And so it's like not, I don't know, it's just kind of like, it makes sense and not surprising that, yeah, oftentimes I'll read something that tickles me just right. And then I see your username and it's like, ah, well, this is completely what I expected, which is kind of like weird. It's not something I want to get used to, because I feel like that would be doing your like delightfulness a disservice. But, you know, in terms of consistently being delightful, that is something that I've noticed. And I did miss you a lot, my friend. And yeah, I'm sorry to hear about, you know, the job situation. I don't want people to have to choose between, you know, kicking it here with me and their sleep schedules or their life situations and stuff. But when the stars do align, I feel very lucky. And so, yeah. Yeah. You know, sometimes it feels like I should say this stuff more often because I'm always thinking it, right? But it sometimes feels a bit much. Like, I'm honestly a bit worried sometimes that I can be too intense. And again, it's always that thing of like, well, how do I explain this in a way that feels like it actually gets to the heart of the emotion? And that's often why I turn to poetry, because I can sit with it for however long and like kind of excavate, you know, get the pickaxe, which is, you know, my pen, and I start like digging deep to see how exactly I can phrase it in a way that feels like it's the most truest expression. Talking off the cuff is difficult because it's always going to be less eloquent than sitting down to write something more considered. But hopefully, like the core of the sentiment remains understandable, and you know, it's proof. Like, the fact that I can just talk like this off the cuff is proof of how like deeply seated the feelings are. You know, I don't have to really search, they're just there, and all I need to do is bring them up to be examined, I suppose. And so yeah, I love her. Welcome in. And yeah, I don't know, I feel as if I had my way, I would have a compliment stream like every week or so, but then maybe that would lose some of its potency. So yeah, I may have to stick to just once in a blue moon. But yeah, 3 purple hearts into the chat if you would like to be complimented. And while you guys do that, I'm going to see if I can put some clothes away and also do my best not to flash people, because I'm realizing this situation is more fragile than I first thought. Okay, so let's see. That's fine, right? So I think someone said it's very Roman. I agree. It's almost like, I don't know, like the kind of Greco-Roman look. So anyway, let me grab something from here. Look, it's already on a hanger. How cool is that? So I finally just got the rest of the clothes from my mum's house, because she was cleaning out my sister's wardrobe and she just gave them to me on the hangers too. So yeah, New Age Roman is exactly right. That's one. It just means that the pile in the back there is bigger than ever. So that's great. What else do I have? I think this is a yellow jumper that I wore on stream one time. And it's from my grandma, I'm pretty sure. Cute. Yeah, the pile will just be moved to a separate pile, exactly. There's two. Let me just write it down so I don't forget. See what I mean? It's a danger zone, guys. It's a danger zone. Jester hat. I do have my Jester hat. If you're curious, it's just down there. I could be Jester maxing right at this very moment. So, also, yeah, oh my God, I feel so untidy today. Like, I don't know. You ever just feel like that? Where there's nothing you can do to help this situation. I don't know. I'm going to put the rest of my face on just to give myself something to do. And my hair does what it does. Oh, it was in frame last stream? Well, I can bring it back just for you, my friends. How's that? Here. Look at this. Where can it still be seen? Here? Yeah. There we go. It looks like, I don't know, is that creepy? I don't know. Oh, polydactyl. That does count as 3 hearts. My gosh. Where do I even start? Polydactyl, you've been someone that I've known for a while too. And someone with, I think, considerably more intelligence and insight than myself. Like, sometimes it's just obvious to me when I start talking with someone and I feel like, oh, this person knows a lot about the world, and it kind of tells me, it gives me a good scaffolding for what I should do, which is usually just shut up and listen. Sorry, what I'm doing right now is sharpening this eyeliner. And the breadth of topics is something that really, like, I don't want to say surprised, because why should I be surprised that someone out there is clever and, you know, widely educated? But it delighted me. And I feel like sometimes if we were in a like one-on-one, like in-person situation, right, I think the tables would be turned because, you know, on stream, by necessity, I'm the one doing all the talking. But if it was like a more equitable conversation, then I'd be asking way more questions and just sitting back, maybe taking some notes, being like, so tell me about this random thing. And that's the kind of friendship actually that I find myself falling into often, because I like asking a bunch of random things and then having someone just tell me about it. Like, I really enjoy that process. And yeah, I feel like I could see that happening with us. So, you know, anyway, I'm going to attempt this and we're going to see how it looks. Maybe I should get my mirror, or should I just fucking send it? And to our first time chatter, thank you for the follow. Is it Ruland? That's a very generous thing to say. This is not meant to be about you guys complimenting me, though, of course. I'm doing my best now to accept compliments with grace where I can. Because the thing is, I learned this at a young age. But it's one thing to learn it and then another thing to try and embody it fully. But when someone gives another person a compliment, it's like, it's a gift, it's an offering. It's an offering of their taste and judgment. And I've always found that, like, you know, accepting compliments gracefully is better than being like, oh no, that's not true. Because it's almost like if you deny it, or if someone says, oh, I love your hair, and then you say, oh, no, it's just, no, it looks really bad. You know what I mean? Like, you're basically just saying, ha ha, you're wrong. You know what I mean? It's like, it's one of those things where I try not to trample over the gift of someone's like kindness, essentially, because they'll remember that, they'll remember the time where they tried to be a bit vulnerable and all they got was a deflection, which can sometimes feel like a person even fishing for more compliments, which is not a fun position to be in if you just wanted to say something nice. And so it's weird because like to know that and then to also try and embody it is difficult, because every bone in one's body at times is like trying to not be seen as like stuck up or smug or like self conceited. And so it's a very like fine line to walk. It's almost like threading the needle, but I think there is a way to do it graciously, and it just takes practice, like my go-to is typically just to say, thank you very much, and then like tell them something that is true, which is like, that's a nice thing to say, because it like acknowledges the gift without asking them to, without one, like batting it away, and then without asking them to do more. It's like, thank you, I've received it, we're good, like that's fine. And it's like, it takes time because it can be kind of awkward, because the assumed thing, if you accept a compliment without batting it away, is to be like, oh, so you agree, you think you're pretty, like, Mean Girls. But I think ultimately it's done out of love for the other person who is doing something generous. And so that's my take, at least. And I haven't perfected it, but I've been working on it, at least. So I'm gonna go further with this because I feel like going a bit crazy. And yeah, 3 purple hearts in the chat if you would like a compliment. This is also a sign, if anyone needs it in their day-to-day life, to go out into the world and to tell people how you feel. Maybe if you've been holding back for a while, just send that risky text, or be radically honest and just be like, you know what, you're cool, man. You are a cool person, man. And it's what the world needs sometimes. Just a bit of kindness. Done not for anything in return, for the pleasure of having said the thing. And making someone smile. I've definitely encountered the trap compliment where someone will say something nice with their fingers crossed behind their back. That's horrible. That's literally like movie high school bully type beat. Rest assured, guys, none of my fingers will be crossed when I give you guys these compliments. Or try not to cover my face here. This is a fake compliment free zone. So legs crossed. Actually, okay, I'm sitting with my legs crossed right now, but now they're uncrossed. So toes uncrossed, everything uncrossed, eyes uncrossed. So yeah, that's a little bit Egyptian. Yeah, I can see that. Now let me see. Now, Lyrical Adonis, you are a new friend that has joined us today, so forgive me again, this compliment will be quite surface level, but I do like your username. That's a cool username, Lyrical Adonis. And also, this is pure poetry. What the hell? The moon sits with me a while, not to offer answers, only to keep the dark from closing in. Did you write that? Or tell me more about that. That's beautiful. And like all the people like today that I may be meeting for the first time or the first few times, please do stick around, and hopefully by the next compliment stream, whenever it comes, I'll have more data to go off and more, more meaningful and deep things to say. So, yeah, I want them to be truthful. So I don't know, some of the people I know less well, unfortunately, might be complimented a bit more shortly, you know, smallly. And so sincerity is important to me. I feel like, what's the point of giving a compliment if it's not going to be sincere? And I think it's also good practice, you know? Yeah, MEAI is data harvesting. Yeah, that's the only reason that I want you guys here, you know, like purely for the sheer cold hard data, you know. That's quite funny. And yeah, I don't know. I feel as if there's somewhat of a, and I don't want to use this word lightly, so just bear with me, this is for a lack of a better term. There's somewhat of like an OCD impulse in me when especially when I'm talking to people that I care about, that I want the words that I use to be as precise as possible, precision tool to actually fit the job, right? And that has left me at times a bit paralyzed for what to say, because it's hard to get the words out if you feel like you aren't able to find the exact most right ones. But I'm trying to overcome that feeling, because it's often unproductive and leaves me having said nothing at all when I really did want to say something in the first place, you know? Yes, phrasing and clarity is very important. And it's why I think anyone could benefit from, you know, not just poetry, though I would argue strongly for reading and writing it, but from, like, you know, immersing yourself in words in a playful kind of way, you know? Like, it doesn't have to be something boring that you might be rolling your eyes at in a school classroom, you know? It's like something that you can actually find true, real world, applicable utility in, across the board, whether you want to better your, like, relationships, your friendships, your work life, even just your relationship to yourself. I think it's very possible to just use the raw material of language and kind of build up those, I don't know, like those thoughts and feelings. The way we see our world and the way we describe it is one method by which we experience it, if that makes sense. And so, of course, to refine those tools is a way to refine the actual experience itself, you know? Yeah, just like, you know, whip open those dictionaries, those thesauruses, those encyclopedias, and just like see what happens. And I do choose my words carefully, or at the very least I try to. But I always, before anything else, I defer to the pursuit of imperfection, which is, you know, the tagline for my music YouTube channel for a reason, because I do subscribe to that idea that, like, anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. And now, before you guys say, hey, what the heck does that mean? I want to clarify and say that, you know, sometimes perfectionism can be the thing that stops a person from doing anything at all, right? I have also, you know, fallen victim to this way of thinking, but ultimately it is unhelpful. And so if you can't bring yourself to do the thing in all of its perfect glory, then I think even just doing a fraction of the original task is still a W, right? And I've used this example before, but, like, you know, if you can't bring yourself to get up and have a full shower because, you know, you're tired, like me, your body heavy, sometimes just getting up out of bed and, like, splashing your face with water will be enough to make you feel like a bit more of a person, you know? Yeah, have a half shower even, or, you know, like, if you're like, oh, the house is so messy, I need to do this, 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 and this. Sometimes just being like, you know what, I'm going to pick up one sock. That can be all, you know, that can be all you have to do to have a non-zero day. And I think there's utility in that. And I think there's a benefit to, you know, putting aside perfectionism in pursuit of imperfection if the alternative is sheer paralysis, you know? And yeah, I just feel as though, for me, a lot of the times in the past, especially, I was stuck completely, like, scared for what to say, because I knew that no matter how hard I tried, it was not going to come out right. And so my solution, which was poor thinking at the time, was, well, I guess I shouldn't say anything at all, right? And so that was a kind of a self-defense mechanism to kind of protect myself from seeming like a fool, or saying something and it having, like, coming out wrong and being misinterpreted in some way. And so that's why for a lot of my university life, probably, half of it, I'd say, it was me spending my time in class functionally mute, because I was just petrified. I could not bring myself to say a single word at times. Even when, like, the roll was called and they'd be like, "Oh, Emily," instead of being like, "Here," I'd just be like, And so the fact that I have been able to go from that to being able to talk to you guys for hours at a time, hopefully is the, like, the proof of concept that you guys can do anything that you set your mind to, and it doesn't have to be in one day. This has been a work in progress. Anyone can see, like, if you've been here from the very beginning, some of the OGs know what I mean. The first ever streams were pitiful. They're still, it's still very much a work in progress, but it's like the repetition, really, and the dedication almost to the point of madness at times is the secret recipe, I think. You don't have to be good at the thing. You don't have to be naturally good at it. You don't even have to be good after a million times. But if there is something inside you that is compelling you forward into a particular direction, it's worth exploring at the very least. And it's like something that I've always figured when it came to streaming. Like, what's the worst that can happen, right? I come on here and no one ever, like, stops by and says hello. Well, that's fine. I'm just using this as like almost like a self-recorded diary that's being written and listened to in real time. It's something that I do anyway, less so now because I have you guys. But before streaming, I used to do these, like, really long voice memos to myself, which I called my little rants, where I would just feel the need to talk out loud to work through something. And, an hour later, I was like, well, that kind of helped, I guess. And so, yeah, it's very much the just do it thing, right? But I found a way to kind of take that to the next level. Yeah, a talking cure is a good way to put it. And the fact that you guys decided to stop by and say hello is like the outcome that I was not expecting, but feel like completely and desperately grateful for every day. Because, I don't have any particular qualifications or, I don't have any special knowledge or insight in particular. I'm just a person talking about my thoughts and feelings, which, is basically like everyone else on the internet. But if these streams bring you some amount of comfort, or like a little place to, just chill for a few hours a day, or a week, then that's everything to me, like that's more than I was ever expecting when I first started. So now everything is, after that, is just a bonus, really. So, but yeah, I always click when I see you live, even when Emmy Cherries 1 through 3 are live as well. Oh, you don't even want to know the beef I have with Emmy Cherries 1 through 3. Come on, like, it's a heated rivalry, so to speak. And so, yeah. No, but that's very sweet. And yeah, I hope you guys know, even when, like, I have my time away or whatever from streaming, I still think of you guys. Like, I don't know if this applies to other streamers. I haven't talked too much about that with them, but it's almost like it feels like no time has passed because I'm still carrying you guys with me throughout my day. Like, oh, I think Q would find this thing funny, or I wonder how Cody's art is going. And it's like this comforting thing for me to bring you guys with me. And yeah, it's kind of weird and maybe a little bit nerdy to say, but in a way it makes me feel like I'm never actually alone, even if I am physically alone, if you know what I mean. Because I've spent a lot of my time, not so much now recently because my brother is back here with me, but like when I was living alone, and also, you know, just when I go about my day and I'm just on my own, it was nice, and it is nice to have like that feeling of like, well, there are people out there in the world that I care about who are living their lives, and I will get to talk to them again sometime soon. So, and yeah, carrying the stream literally with me throughout my day. So it's something that I try not to take for granted. So I hope I never lose sight of that. You know, one of my biggest nightmares is to have, I don't know, like something happened to my brain that seems to happen to all like streamers and like YouTubers and stuff when they just become fucking weirdos. Like, do you know what I mean? It's really hard to explain. I don't know if this will even come out right. But like the second that a person goes from being kind of normal and like, you know, their regular selves into being kind of entitled AF and, you know, $5, like, you know, with that, you know, we've all seen the clips and stuff like that. But I just hope that whatever temptation may await me in the future, that like I have enough of a head on my shoulders to be sensible, or at the very least to move through the world with my own moral compass intact, even if it doesn't look like other people's moral compasses. You're so gorgeous, you might just hit the mainstream and get too big to focus on people. That's very funny and very sweet of you to say. I have thought about what it means to become a very, very, like, you know, big streamer or YouTuber. It's almost like a bell curve, because when you first start out and you have like 0 people in your chat, there's no one to talk to, right? As you get a little bit bigger, you have friends that you can kind of see regularly and speak to regularly. And then as you get bigger and bigger, the bell curve, it starts to go back down to 0 again for people that you can actually talk to meaningfully, because the chat is flying like 1,000,000 miles a minute, you know? And so you have to kind of learn to adapt at every stage. I'm lucky at this point. I'm at a very, very sweet spot, right? Like in terms of the friendships and relationships that I've been able to make. I hope that no matter what happens in the future, I'm still able to find some little loophole or something, like to have those connections remain intact, you know? Like I've seen what it looks like in, you know, fucking, I don't know, XQC's chat or whatever, even in Germa's chat, you know, the Germa that we all know and love so very much. Like, it is going incredibly fast, and somehow he still manages to pick out messages like pretty much, you know, not word perfect, but close to it, right? And I think that's a skill that takes time to develop, and something I have not mastered, definitely not mastered yet. I don't know if I ever will, but it's something that, you know, is one of my interests or concerns for the future. But yeah, Invisibly, you're absolutely right. Like the 20 to 25 range is a very, very sweet spot. You can do your best to pay attention to what's going on, and it's not too unmanageable or too rowdy. But yeah, if you're streaming live to like hundreds of people, depending on what the topic is and what the kind of like stream is about. Like if you're playing games, maybe it's a bit different, or if you're doing IRL stuff, it's a bit different. But yeah, it's just hard to, like, at some point, the whole dynamic shifts again. And I have always just tried to take it step by step, because I know, like, that sort of thing will happen, like it'll come and go. And the future Emmy is like the one that's tasked with that. So, yeah, you guys are never too unmanageable. I think, you know, even when I definitely was expecting, like, for the maid stream, I was like, guys, okay, here's your chance. You can be as rowdy as you like. And you guys were still complete and utter gentle mans and gentle women's and gentle, you know, everythings. So, yeah, that's something to, like, kind of cross when I get to it type beat. But I think the makeup of the streams will always look relatively similar, because again, it's just me talking out loud, and that is something that is kind of infinitely scalable in a sense. I have been doing it before I started streaming. I've been doing it since I had 0 people in the stream, and I will do it like into the future, no matter how many people stop by. And yeah, that's like, I think part of what makes me feel relatively, I don't know if comfortable is the word, but like unhurried in that sense. Because, like, I feel like some people, if their stream is based entirely on the variableness of the chat, then they're kind of on thin ice, because you can't rely on people's generosity every single time. Like, maybe some people will be busy that day and then you won't have the material that you need, so to speak. But if you're kind of going based on some kind of internal generation, then I think you're in a more solid place. And that's kind of where I'm hoping to remain, if that makes sense. But yeah. Not sure if we should take what you say seriously. Are your legs crossed again? They're not crossed right now, actually. So there you go. Maybe I should just be sitting back so my whole entire body's in frame. How's that? But yeah, anyway. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to put more clothes away, so this is fulfilled. But first, let's have a drink. Oh my god, that's good. And who knows, if this keeps trolling me, I don't know what I'm going to do, because, like, I'm just worried. I don't want to show up on live stream fails, so see how we go. But clothes. Let's put some clothes away. Let's see what we got. Ooh, that's nice. Whoa. This is a dress. A little black dress. I might have to put that over here, so bear with me. So that's 3. Then this is interesting. Oh. Okay, there's 2 things on here, but let me separate them out. Another dress and like a fuzzy black top. I'll just take this part off. Maybe I'll wear this in a future stream. That's really cute. Ooh la la. These are all new. Oh my gosh, that looks actually really see-through. You guys can't tell, but I can literally see through it. Yeah, so if you're new to this channel, these are clothes that I've been like kind of gifted, I suppose, or like hand-me-downed because yeah, Mom's doing some spring cleaning, I guess you could say. So that's 4. And the last one for now. Oh, I was half considering wearing this today as well. It's a jumper with like some funky buttons here. Sultry hand-me-downs. I don't know what that got me. It's like, you know when Elvis says Lord have mercy, but he puts it all together so it's like a Lord have mercy. Like, it just got me. I was about to wear this today, but I figured I wanted something more colorful. And yeah, dress and jeans. I was saying before I was about to not wear any pants, but then I thought, actually, this is a top, I'm pretty sure. I wasn't sure at the start, but I'm pretty sure now it is. And so I'm kind of doing the whole Y2K vibe where like someone will wear like a top that looks questionably long with jeans. And is that water? That's crazy. Ignore that, guys. Just ignore that. I'm still not convinced about the cut of this because, like, I don't know. Yeah, it's like it's doing what it does. But that's 5. I did not tinkle, guys. That's hilarious. There we go. Thank you again, Punch Drinker, for your generosity. Now, the challenge still stands if anyone subscribes or does the equivalent in terms of donations, I will put one more piece of clothing away. And I'm not gonna lie, I was seriously considering doing another maid stream just because this pile, you can't really even see it back there, but it's been driving me utterly insane because the more I try and fix it, the worse it gets. Like, I've been putting away clothes for so long, and every time I go out, people are trying to give me more clothes, and it's like, I know this is the biggest first world problem ever, right? And I will look back on this in probably, you know, literally 10 minutes and feel shame for complaining. But like, a girl can absolutely have too many clothes, and I think I've reached that point. I go to my mum's house and she's like, Emmy, I have some more clothes for you. Can you please take these? And I'm just like, yep, no worries. Like, I go to my my grandma's place and like, oh, I made you some more clothes. I'm like, thank you so much. And like, oh, you know, your other grandma, we're just cleaning out her house now and she's got some leftover clothes for you. I'm just like, so yeah. Basically the only way to escape this is to become a nudist. Honestly, I can see the appeal, but I do like dressing up, and I do like putting on fun outfits and all that stuff. I like wearing clothes, and I like looking cute in clothes. I do not like putting clothes away. That's the only part that I don't like, and especially because I've had to now cram my entire, what used to be a house full of clothes and stuff, multiple different wardrobes throughout the house into one room, now that we've restructured our place. And so we did our best here because, you know, this is a kind of jerry-rigged setup. There was like an IKEA wardrobe that I wanted to buy. You know, I was having like one of my pipe dream moments, and it was like fucking $4,000 for a wardrobe. And I was like, what the hell, man? But instead, what we ended up doing was like buying a couple of like do-it-yourself wardrobes from like Kmart and stuff and Target, and putting them like kind of next to each other like that. And because they're made up of like metal bars, and you know, it's not really heavy duty industrial like stuff that I think I'd probably require for the sheer amount of clothes that I have. Within like the first day, part of the wardrobe just completely collapsed, and this end part over here is not even actually a wardrobe, just there. It's just a series of bars that have been duct taped together. So it is kind of bending like this instead of being straight. And I'm worried that eventually it will collapse under its own weight. I only hope that whenever it happens, it's on the stream so you guys can see it too. And like, you know, I'm just sitting here and then it happens. I'm like, see, I told you. Yeah, so this wardrobe was like one of the build-it-yourself ones from IKEA. So like I measured out this exact length of this wall, and then I made like a bunch of wardrobes with drawers and then the bars where you hang stuff from and stuff like that. And it turned out to be like 4K, and I was like, holy shit. Well, maybe if I sell all my clothes and I could actually buy it, but then I'd have nothing to put in the wardrobe. So it's a bit of a catch-22. But I think finally, after this bed load full of clothes and maybe 1 or 2 more bags in the garage, all the clothes will be actually put away because, yeah, there's a backlog, guys. And the reason that I got into this situation was because I originally started as like, you know, someone that would kind of, what's the word? Like, you know, secondhand sell my own clothes, stuff that I didn't wear anymore, and also buy clothes secondhand for my own, like, my own wardrobe. So it was like a reuse, recycle situation. But at some point, like, the ratio got mixed up, and now I have way too many clothes. And, yeah, I actually would like to sleep on that bed at some point in time, because I've been sleeping on the couch for, like, weeks now. And at times just actually lying on the pile itself, which is kind of fun, I'm not going to lie. But since we watched that video, that Grisly Tales for Gruesome Kids, I don't want to end up like that girl with the messy room, where she like dived into her bed and was met with like, was it 7 Irish little leprechauns or something? So Actually, I don't know, that could be a fun time, but I really do want to have a nice clean room because like I've had people over since you know, since this, and I just feel like I'm hiding a little dirty secret, you know what I mean? Like I don't want people to come in here because then they'll see the state of this, the absolute state of this room, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe let's stick to the lounge room. So yeah, it's one of those things where I don't know, if I get desperate, maybe we'll do a maid stream part 2, and I'll finally have the clean, sparkling clean room of my dreams. So have I ever been to Graceland? Good question. I have not, but it's one of my biggest dreams ever. Like it's on my bucket list. I think, if I'm not mistaken, my my auntie was telling me that next year is the 50th year of Elvis's death anniversary. And they're going to do like a big, like kind of event for that at Graceland. Now, I don't know if I'll have, you know, the money to really be there for that, but holy shit, it sounds like it's going to be so magical and so emotional. Yeah, the fans used to write on the walls. Yeah, it's true. They used to stay out there all night and they would like scream and cry. And yeah, I can't imagine what that would have been like. Very surreal. And so, yeah, knowing my aunt, she might just take me. That's very true. Yeah, I know how silly it is. And trust me, I'm the first one to point out the absurdity of the Elvis fascination. But the guy, you know, for all his controversy and the more questionable parts of his life, which I am in no way trying to defend, he means a lot to me. Means present tense, you know, like he's one of those people that seems almost unreal. Like sometimes I think, how was this guy even real? Like how did he exist, right? And I've only felt that way about a few specific people in terms of like, you know, celebrities like Marilyn Monroe. I also have that feeling about. And the fact that people actually got to see him live in concert and stuff makes me so jealous. I can hardly stand it. But yeah, it's just kind of, it's one of those things where I think no matter what, and people have tried to convince me otherwise, like, oh, did you know Elvis did this, this, and this? Or like, did you know he said this? And it's like, the specialness that I feel towards Elvis is less to do with the man himself and more to do with like what he was able to offer me in terms of like what I could learn about the world and myself, you know? I learned about what it means to, you know, be heavily scrutinized by, I guess, literally the whole entire world. When I say learn, I mean I can't relate, but I can sympathize, and what it means to be turned from a man into a mythology, and to still throughout everything have unflinching manners, and yeah, to have people, I don't know, kind of take you in bad faith and make jokes about your death. I've always found that distasteful. I know it's like extremely what's the word, it's a spectacle, right? The fact that he died on the toilet or whatever, and that's why people talk about it. It's as iconic as the man was himself, and that's why it sticks in people's brains. But there's like, I don't know, there's so much more to his life that I think was worth exploring, and from multiple angles, a very interesting individual. I appreciate him too. And yeah, one day in my life, I hope to be able to visit his grave in the gravestone, the Graceland Meditation Garden. The gravestone itself is one of many in a circle, and yeah, humans have many traits. That's true. Shared, mixed, and combined in complex emotions. It's like no one in the world is perfect. You know, Po Buddy's Nerfect type beat, and I feel like anyone who is like raised to that level of superstardom is going to say or do something that like makes people want to hate on them or like, you know, cancel them. And that's kind of, it comes with the territory, you know? So while I won't be the one to defend his more controversial, like stuff that he did or may have said, I I think there's a non-negligible amount of good stuff that I was able to glean from learning about him and his life. And yeah, that's meaningful to me at least. So yeah, I don't know. It's something that I really, really, really want to do at some point, travel to the United States. It's scary right now for reasons I don't think I should necessarily get into, but it's on the list. I also would like to see the grave site of Oscar Wilde, patron saint of the decadent movement. And I feel as though, I don't know, like there's a few people that I would like to pay my tributes to just around the world, people that have informed my philosophies about life. So Oscar Wilde is definitely one of the top ones. How many subs to get you to play Fortnite again? Did I ever play Fortnite on the stream? I only ever played like once in my whole life. I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. That's very funny though. And so, yeah. Oh gosh. You know what? By the time we actually do our 24-hour stream, whenever that is, I might be that desperate, so we'll see. Who knows? I'll bring out the big guns and we'll be playing Fortnite together or something, so. Oh, goodness me. But yeah. That's my daily Elvis spiel. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And what else was I going to tell you guys about? I had a barbecue on the weekend, which was really cool. I had some friends over. Then the day after, I spent the whole day with my family, which was very nice. And I also had to clean up after the barbecue, which was less nice because holy shit, it's crazy how, when you live alone or if you live with one other person, the dishes and stuff and all the food, like it doesn't seem like that much cleaning up. It's just two people, right? 2 plates, 2 cups, it's like it's easily done, put away and stuff like that. And so when you have a big group of people over, like let's say, well, the amount of people I had over on the weekend was 6, right? So all of us. But that's a lot of cleaning to do if your usual MO is just like putting away 4 items, right? Especially if there's like, serving bowls and stuff like that and cutlery, I need extra cutlery because I didn't have the right amount. And so just the amount of washing, oh my God, guys, it's crazy. I have a dishwasher that was just going on like consistent like cycle after cycle because I just had so many plates, bowls, cups, cutlery, like everything. And the floor, of course, was super dirty because like the barbecue, it was like a full-on like traditional Greek barbecue with like the coals and stuff. And the coal, we're walking in and out of like the backyard into the kitchen, and the floor was just so muddy, and it was like, oh my gosh. But in the moment, I'm having too much fun to really care. And it's only the day after I'm just like, I'm going to be on my knees scrubbing all day. But that's fine. I think that's also why I think it was yesterday I felt really, really bodily tired because I literally was just scrubbing, cleaning, putting stuff away, reloading the dishwasher to put more stuff away. And it was just a whole thing. So, yeah, I still have not too much stuff to do, but yeah, it's like, damn. It's a lot of work to host a little get together, but it's worth it in my eyes. And so, yeah, thank God for the dishwasher. Tell me about it. I think the next like time I'm seeing my friends is actually going to be at the movies, which I'm slightly grateful for because I love seeing them like with all my heart, and I would host every single time if that's what it took. But there's something nice about just like, seeing each other and not having to put away, like, because there's going to be 12 or 13 of us this weekend. So like not having to put away 13 sets of everything is, yeah, it's a bit of a load off me. So I'm glad about that. We're going to be watching the movie with Ryan Gosling, Project Hail Mary. And I don't actually know anything about it, to be honest. The reason why we picked it is because this is the group of people from book club, and this was a book club that I only joined a few sessions ago, which is at this point like a couple months maybe. But they actually read that book before I was there. So I have not read the book. I have not seen the movie. Well, obviously, and I have not actually seen anything about what it's about. And so I'm excited, but yeah, all I know is that Ryan Gosling's in it. So if anyone knows about the movie, please, yeah, no spoilers if you can, but tell me like if you've read the book and stuff like that. One of your favorite books. So tell me more. Tell me more. My go-to movie snacks. Oh, okay. This is gonna make me hungry, like it always does when we talk about food. But I love a good Slurpee, by the way. Like the raspberry Slurpees. Literally, I would love a Slurpee right now. So maybe after this stream, I'm going to make myself a thick shake just to make up for it. But I really like, unsurprisingly, sweet snacks at the theatre. And here in Victoria, where I live, they have this very particular brand of popcorn. You can get a bunch of different flavors, but there's this one and it's like salted caramel popcorn, which is like, you know, I had to come around to it, but now I'm obsessed with it. And it's like normal popcorn, but covered in like a salted caramel shell. And it's crunchy and sticky and sweet and salty all at once. And it's like pretty addictive, but it's also very like, if you have too much of it, you start to feel a bit like overindulged. And so it's almost self-limiting in that way. But yeah, so that's my go-to. Though I'm definitely not above sneaking in my own snacks. And in fact, when I did the whole Lord of the Rings movie marathon with my friends, I had this bag. I'll show you. This one right here, which is a bag I got from an op shop. And the whole thing was filled to the brim with snacks. And this is something I just added recently. It's my own name, flipped. So just imagine it's not flipped. And my mum made it. She 3D printed it. So, yep. This whole giant bag, like look how big this is compared to my head, okay? Look how big this bag is. It was like literally filled and no one said shit to me, so. Yeah, I was like expecting them to be like, hang on, you can't come in with that. But I sneaked in a HSP to Avatar Fire and Ashes. Oh my god, that's literally the best thing I've read. Don't get me started on HSP. I love HSP so much that it's actually a problem. And every single day I fight the urge to get a HSP. So please let's not go there, because then I'll order one like literally right now. So that's that. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, I thought I was going to get busted, but then I realized that these, this particular theater, because it's like an old theater and it was a 12-hour movie marathon, they literally did not care whatever you brought in. And my friends who came with me, and I kid you not, like this is going to sound made up, but all I can do is swear to you that it's true. They brought with them into the theater a full-on esky. And so I'm like, well, if they can bring that in, then I feel like this is fine. And so it was an esky filled with snacks and drinks and stuff like that, just like in front of us, like where our feet were. And so no one said shit, and they barely even checked our tickets. So yeah, it's kind of one of those more laid back places, I suppose. So yeah, this is one of my newest, most favoritist bags, because it's just such a beautiful, like, I don't know. It's kind of understated, but it's also a great size for like just traveling, carrying stuff, you know? Like I basically have one bag in my life, and it's one that my auntie got me to replace my previous only bag, which basically fell apart. And it's the same. It's weird because when it comes to certain things, I have like a million different copies. Like for instance, lip gloss, I have a million different lip glosses, right? But when it comes to shoes, I have like 2 pairs. When it comes to bags, I have 2. When it comes to dresses, I have a million dresses. And when it comes to like jewelry, like necklaces, again, 2. And so it's this one, which is from my auntie, and then it's in the lounge room, my beautiful heart-shaped locket from Sea Locket, which is, yeah, my other pride and joy. So it's interesting. Like I feel as if I'm very particular about certain things, and especially with like shoes as well. I will wear a pair of shoes down until they literally disintegrate, because I just can't be bothered. Like, you know what I mean? Like I just cannot be bothered. And so when it comes to bags, I'm just happy that I found one that's a bit bigger than my normal bag, because I'm looking at it over there. You guys have probably seen it before. It's like this big, maybe that big. And so it's perfect for everyday stuff. Like I have my wallet in there, my keys, I got a couple of like essentials and stuff. And that's something I can just quickly take with me whenever I'm going outside anywhere, right? But if I'm doing something a bit more involved, like trying to sneak snacks into a movie theater, or if I'm going to like a place that will need, you know, a notebook or like an iPad to fit into it, like I cannot fit an iPad into my regular bag. And so I'm always just kind of like, well, carrying all my shit in like one of those green like grocery store shopping bags. And I'm like, well, this is my life, you know? But so like this is a perfect solution. And the fact that now I can tell it's mine because my name is on it, guys. Otherwise I would completely forget. Yeah, the Woolies bags, exactly. So like I'm gonna get my mum maybe to print out some other stuff because she's so good at it. Like, let me show you properly. Can you guys see? I don't know why it looks orange there. Oh, it's red and it says Emily, that way. But yeah, it's kind of cute, and it makes me think of like the Birkin bags, even though it doesn't really look like one. It's just like, I don't know, my version. And so yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll see this get even more bedazzled in the future. But for now, it's my bag for when I can't fit what I want to fit into my usual bag. So no. I can't tell you my mum's name, but my name is Emily. And yeah, so this is my full name. Though she has made me lots of Emmy related stuff. I'm looking around, but there's nothing up here. She's always printing stuff. And actually, I can show you this. She printed this for me. Again, it's flipped, but it's a poem of mine, like 3D printed, so it like sticks up on a poster of mine. So if you want, I can just really quickly flip the screen. If I remember how to do such a thing. There we go. Make it constant. You are insanely divine. I can't even explain. I feel safe around you. I just know you're special and I adore you. Damn beautiful. I'll tell you a little secret. A lot of things can be surprising, really. But being with you, it's a victory. Poetry or else in the corner. And so I can't really show you that well, but it sticks out. So this part is flat and then this part is like a centimeter raised or something. And the background is my actual lipstick kisses, guys. Kind of cool, huh? There's only one of these ever made and I'm holding it right now. So yeah, it's cool, right? It is 3D. It genuinely is 3D. And that is my handwriting. And she was just doing it to test it out. I'm gonna flip the thing again. The kisses are slightly raised, but not as much as the text. What the fuck? Why didn't that work? Flip horizontal. There we go. So yeah, just there's so much more stuff like that, but that's what's lying about. Anyway, my show and tell. Okay. Sometimes, yeah. This room is just, I don't know. It like has a mind of its own. Like sometimes I just come in here and I'm like, I don't know, the vibes feel a bit weird right now. Like, it's alive, guys. Has anyone seen Monster House? This is like Monster Room. And so, yeah. Anyway. Monster House. That's actually a fucking good movie. Show and tell. Guess the word. Do not. I swear, I literally need to have I need to get the vaccine against laughing at that font because it gets me every single time. Guess the word. Would you like a show and tell? God fucking damn it. There's a lot of stuff here to actually show you guys. You know, I've got like random like earrings. I've been looking for the other earring of this for like ages. I've looked for it in every room of this house and I can't find it. It says doll. Wait a minute. There we go. And it's pink, but for some reason it's not working. The Emmy sign. Oh, it should be around here somewhere. And then my mum also made this. How cool is that? Because of you, I'm doing the Oliver Twist orphan accent on the daily. Guess the word. That's so funny. Like, I literally don't even know how to explain it, but it does something to me. I don't know. Let's see if this works. This hasn't been glued in, so... Wait a minute. Oh. If only my hair was cooperating. Do I look like a fairy princess? Oh my god. Or just like, I don't know, a failed cosplayer. I need to like slide down so you can see it properly. Wait. There we go. Guess the word. The female version. Oh gosh. It's so cute, right? My mum made this, guys. Like, she printed out the wings. She bought the clip. But then she... Like... How do I explain this? She made these so it could just slide on. And then... Isn't that cool? A cool object. It's pretty cool. Like, I think so too. I think so too. It is a cool object. Thank you. My mom she'd just be printing random shit all throughout her day on her 3D printer. And she's got a whole like box full of random dragons, random like, I don't know, little bits and bobs that she's just been testing out on her printer. And I should do a proper show and tell one day, or just do a phone stream from that room because it's really impressive. And yeah, it's one of her passions. So who am I to get in the way of that? But Martinus, thank you very much for the hydrate. Oh my gosh. And so, because we are doing a shorter stream today, maybe I should make sure I don't forget and do our little affirmations a bit early. And also ask you my favorite question, which is, how would you describe your mood in one word or less, where the answer is also perfectly valid? I think for me, let me think about this. The word heavy keeps coming to mind. Like, I know that has its connotations, as in like emotionally heavy, but I mean it as starkly in the body as possible. Like, my limbs feel heavy. You know, like, my body feels heavy. I don't know if, like, is that just what it is to be fatigued? But like, I've done my time at the gym and stuff like that. Yeah, it probably is from all the cleaning, let's be real. Because I know what it means to have like delayed onset muscle soreness and stuff. Like when you go to the gym, you work out, you know, pump iron, and then you feel like, holy shit, my muscles are protesting, right? But this feels different. It almost feels like the fatigue is not necessarily in the muscle, but it's actually in the bone itself, which is a weird way to describe it. And I don't mean to be alarming or anything, because like, you know, I'm sure it's going to pass. And I've seen this before where it's like someone online is talking about how they feel like shit. And it's like, I wonder which of my 50 bad habits is contributing to this. And so I try to eat well, but the key word is try. And I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things sometimes that it is more like a wake up call than anything else, because it's when your body is acting weird, or not even weird, just like different to how it normally operates. It's more like a diagnostic tool than anything else, where a little flag is raised and you're telling yourself in one way or another, like, check engine type beat. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's just what's been going on for me. A reminder to start, eating, sleeping, drinking better, or just to take it a bit easy, because, yeah, for me, I don't know. You guys know how temperamental I can be and how princessy I can be. But I still want to be my best self for you guys. So I don't like feeling that heaviness, like, ugh, you know. Cody, your word is calm. That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear it. But yeah, my other arm. See, like, there's nothing there, really. That's so embarrassing. I hope one day I can actually do that randomly and something actually, like, pops up. Definitely not enough dishes. I don't know. I'm the type of person, actually, that I think I can put on muscle easily. I can put on fat easily, but I can also lose muscle easily. Because, like, now that the secret's out, guys, the secret's out. Like, I haven't gone to a proper pole dancing class in a hot minute since my studio shut down. But when I used to go regularly, like, I feel like I had a lot more visible muscle, and it didn't really take that much training to get a good pump on. But, like, yeah, if I'm untrained and just kind of like being a lazy potato, whatever it's called, a couch potato, it's like all that stuff is just gone. Yeah, the Emmy gains. And so, like, I know that if I went back to a pole class and went every, 3 times a week or whatever, like, I'd be able to give you guys something worth looking at, right? Yeah, pole dancers are surprisingly strong. Like, it uses every single muscle group. And so when I was going regularly, I would leave those classrooms, like, destroyed. Like, literally hot, sweaty, red in the face, everything hurting, but feeling great, And then I'd come home and just be like, oh, look at me. I'm so muscly. Just feel good about myself, like, on my own, right? Nowadays, I don't do that as much, but yeah, I still have lots of, warm and fuzzy feelings about pole, and I literally have a pole dancing pole in my garage, which was part of the mystery secret. But that's a whole other story, because it's not ideally set up, because the garage itself is so packed with stuff. And of course, with the concrete floor, there's still not enough room. And if I fall, my head is going to be split open in two. So, yeah, it's one of those things where, I have to finish this before I even tackle the monstrosity that is the garage. But, just put your clothes on the floor, 2 problems solved. You're actually right, but I can't bring myself to do it, because if I do that, it will literally be like that for the rest of my life. And so I'm trying to, like, almost subtly punish myself into actually putting my clothes away. And look, we've been doing it little by little. Like, you've seen it here first, folks. Like, I have been putting away clothes like non-stop, really, especially that maid stream. Like, it's just it's a never-ending supply, it feels like. So yeah, I didn't see anything. Oh, see what you did there. We probably do need to have an intervention at some point, but until then, I'll just keep complaining, I guess. So, goodness me. I promise I won't start body slamming anyone. That's I don't have the strength for that, at least nowadays. So the problem is, once you're done, new clothes will emerge. It's true. And there's still a couple more that I need to fully wash properly from my late grandma's house. Yeah, I could do a yard sale. And I was actually genuinely thinking that the other day because, like, I don't know. There are times in my life where I feel like this wave of between self-consciousness and disgust at the fact that I have way too many things in my life. Like, just things, too much stuff. Like, like anyone else, I've fallen into the trap before of thinking I need this or that. And although I'm trying to be more selective about the material world and how much of it I let into my life, I'm also in a very privileged and rare position that people often just give me stuff. And yeah, consumerism is a hard thing to detangle oneself from because it's almost shoved down our throats, right? Like every single advertisement ever is just trying to get you to buy something. And yeah, I have had that urge at times to just like throw everything away and start over. It's something that I think about, but I'm also quite a sentimental person. And so that's the issue. Like I have these little tokens and trinkets that, like, you know, I've held on to for a decade or longer because it has a story attached to it. And so I almost get a little bit, like, I don't know, sad about the idea of like getting rid of old clothes, for instance, or like little old toys and stuff. Because, like, you know, look at this. Please focus. Focus, camera, focus. So I don't need this in my life, right? I really don't. But, like, you know what I mean? I just like it. And I end up having this thing where I'll try and do a decluttering of my room or whatever, and then I get sidetracked by all the, like, cool, fun, weird stuff that I find. And yeah, that's true. That belongs to Green Man. I can't get rid of that. But it's like, I get too attached. And so I have done the Marie Kondo method in the past, like what sparks joy. And I feel like potentially my my bar or tolerance for sparking joy is a bit lower maybe than most, because to me, like, a lot of things spark joy. And so I have to find a way to coexist, or just like find some better methods of organization, because I feel like that's really the limiting factor, you know? Like, if everything were put in its right section, it wouldn't feel so like it's all crushing in on me, you know? But the fact is that I've never really been an organized person. Yeah, organized joy. It's probably been, like, you know, ever since I was born, a constant struggle. And it's part of the, like, creative minds, like, stereotype as well. Like, you know, creative people that have messy desks and stuff like that, and messy photo albums and stuff. Like, I'm very much part of that stereotype. But at a certain point, it's like, well, how much of this do I just accept, and how much of it do I just knuckle down and be like, all right, today, no matter what happens, I'm not leaving this room until I put away da-da-da-da-da, you know? Yeah, the misunderstood messy genius, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I can call myself a genius, but I'm definitely messy. And anyone who's ever known me could probably tell you that. So, yeah, my hair is often the most messiest part about me too. So, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's not too bad right now because I'm containing all the messiness to this one room. The rest of the house, at least now, is relatively clean, especially after all that scrubbing from the weekend barbecue. But yeah, it's just like, it's one of those things because I feel like when a room is messy, it makes my mind feel messy too. And I don't like that feeling. It makes me not want to come in here, which obviously this is my room now. I want to come in here and, like, enjoy this space. So who knows? Would you guys think I was a sellout if we did another maid stream so soon after the last one? What do you think? Emmy Messy 4, that's exactly right. Yeah, I do really believe that a clean environment can help facilitate a clean mind. Like, it's a feeling of satisfaction. Like, I don't know, I have space and time to just exist here without thinking, oh, I need to put that away, you know? I think it would be fine. I missed the last one. Oh, okay. Maid should be uniform. Yeah, Emmy sellout 4. That's hilarious. That should be the title. If I do another maid stream, it'd be like Emmy sellout 4, like maid stream 2 Electric Boogaloo or something like that. But that's very funny. Oh gosh. I don't know. It did genuinely help. That's the thing. Who knows? Lots of folding, lots of putting away. If you guys want to see the absolute state of things here. Doesn't it look more voluminous than last time? That's because it is. Oh, guys. Hear me out. Green man in a maid outfit. Hang on a minute. Honestly, the first time he was on, I think we had like Green man wearing fishnets, like as one of these things. So maybe. This is now my primary room because I have a roommate now, my brother, and I used to sleep, well, I used to be able to choose where to sleep. Now I choose if I want to sleep on a pile of clothes or on the couch, and so, yeah. Look. This is the situation, guys, like, this is an Emmy for scale. Just in case you were wondering, like, it looks a bit different when I'm up here, right? And I'm 5'5.5", so do with that what you will. I'm moving places. Oh, Olivera, thank you kindly. I can put away a piece of clothing now. Can you wear a hat for X amount of time instead of chore? If you would like, I can wear the jester hat for however long. Is it ruffle, by the way? Ruffle egg. I'm moving places this weekend. My wife and I are packing now, so you understand my frustration. Oh my gosh. It's literally a whole thing, you know. When I first moved into this place, as much as, like, you know, it was exciting and fun to be moving out for the first time, as soon as it was done, I was like, I hope to never have to do that again, because, like, it was a task. It was a task and a half, and so I hope to be, you know, staying here for at least a little while longer, because I cannot bring myself to pack everything away again and move it along and carry it and just, oh my God. So I'm wishing you all the best, my friend, with your moving. I look taller than 5'5". Really? I've heard that before. I don't know, like, people say that I give tall energy, like, is this tall energy? Is this T-pose tall energy? Why does this look like a tunic from, like, fucking Zelda or some shit? I don't know. I feel like... TPE. Yeah, I know that's right. This is not really my size. I think if I were to have it fitted, it would look a little bit nicer. Like, if I took this part and found some way to, like, actually make it more stuck, you know, that would look a bit nicer, but we're just rolling with it, guys. So it's a bit more of the messy, undone look. I prefer the hat. Okay. The jester hat it is. Here. Oh. I have to, like, again, scooch down so you can see it properly. My lord, I'm here to, deliver your daily comedy routine, my lord. Let's fucking go. Wait, this is like a medieval outfit. What the fuck? This is like... Wait, this is not medieval though. I have to take this off. It's like too modern. Okay. Because, like, it's a tunic, right? So that's kind of medieval. And then this hat is, like, a jester vibe. So, my lord, would you like to hear a joke? There we go. Would you like to hear a joke, my lord? Why does this kind of fit the vibes? I don't know, man. I just keep looking at myself. Why did the chicken cross the road? Wait, do they have roads back then? Fuck. Surely. Did they call it that? Why did the... Fuck. The Romans, yeah, they had roads. Did they have chickens? My lord, why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. Ah, ha ha ha. Not the rich person laugh. Sorry. No, that's fucked. That's absolutely fucked. Why did the chicken cross the cobblestones? That's so good. Oh my lord. Okay. I don't know why I just associate this with the jesters. With jesting. Wait. Ha ha ha. We be just a Maxon. What the hell? I don't know how I feel about this, guys. I really don't. Oh. Oh my god, I can't. I just can't. I cannot look at myself. Why is it like Lord Farquaad hair actually kind of like medieval as fuck? Are you a Dark Souls boss? I did not plan this, but here we are, guys, so. Intriguing. Do tell me a joke. I don't know what that voice is. I don't know what this look is. I'm actually freaking the fuck out. Yes, I see. It's giving jester but stylish. Yes, I see. Okay. I don't know what the fuck that voice is. Okay, breathe. Breathe, Emmy. Breathe. Yes, her ladyship has truly excelled. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why. It just cracks me up. Oh my god. A jester with swag. Guess the word. Why is like, I don't know, should I get a bob, guys? Like, I love my long hair too much to part from it, but every now and then maybe I should just pretend that I've cut my hair like this short. I don't know. Oh yes, do tell me a joke, please, before I go and cut your head off. Wait, I don't know why the jester is like the one acting like the queen. What the fuck? As for a granny stream, it's a stream where I go to my grandma's house and we make some Greek food together. So if you guys are interested in that. I haven't even asked her about it yet, but I do know I want to do it, and she's been dying to, like, you know, say hi again. So, Queen of the Jesters. Yes, I think that is true, actually. And so, as Queen of the Jesters, I require all of you currently to, I can't even say. I shouldn't even say. No, I shan't. I shan't say. You kind of look like Jennifer Connelly. Oh, thank you. I think Stevie, he's not here, but he said that before. And I looked her up and I was like, this is a beautiful woman. You guys sometimes say, hey, you look like this person. I look them up and it's like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And I'm just like, thank you so much. I don't even know if I can accept such a compliment, but I will do my best. So, yeah, Greek food. I don't know what we make. Last time we made like these, we call them like pittis. And we also made, what else do we make? Do we make goulouria? I don't know. But it was fun. There's a whole video of it online, so. You look like a plate of Greek food, and by that I mean I devour you without hesitation. Wait, I mean something normal. Guys, I hope to banish normal here forever, because, yeah. That's the kind of thing I want to hear. I feel like you scare me a little. Good. A little scared is good. Not a lot scared, but just a little bit. Yeah, so we made some like savory pastries and we also made some biscuits. But I think we also made spaghetti. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. So the last time we did it. I'll see actually. It's on Sealock. It's a wonderful channel. So if my internet will work. Sealockit. Where are you? Maybe it's this one actually. That's it. Cherry clips. Which actually shows up if you search on YouTube. That's kind of cool. All right, let me show you guys what I'm looking at. When I did a stream with my recap. I ate a piece of cartoon bread. It's actually real bread. We saw the techniques. We saw the dough being like rolled out and stuff like that with a gigantic ass rolling pin. We went out into the garden. We spent some time just chatting, looking at the decorations around the place, and yeah. Oh, that was so fun. Okay. How come I didn't like that? It's liked now. Where's the actual full stream? Oh yeah. So if you guys want to see me do another one, this is what we did. Damn, the eyeliner was eyelinering. Energetic and lucid as my grandma is now at 90, then I'll be happy. I'm ready, guys. I'm gonna have like a little mukbang intermission. She said we're gonna do a little bit of relaxing now. She said she's gonna do a bit of relaxing for a bit. It's hot in here. Very hot there. Yeah. I'm glad that I could figure out how to get the Wi-Fi as well. Before I started streaming, I was like, wait, shit, I need the Wi-Fi. You can see inside, it's hot. There's the cheese there. I will say, this is kind of an unpopular opinion in the Greek community, but I tend to prefer the goat's cheese. How are you eating that? It's hot. It's literally so hot. She's like... Damn, that shit was bussin'. That's amazing. Crispy, buttery, cheesy, yes. It's like tangy. It's very hot, so it's like...
δεν είχαμε διάφορα και... Και φτιάναμε τέτοια και μεγαλώναν τα παιδιά. Με τέτοια με
So if I'm not mistaken, she said that's what you make when you don't have much food.
That's what they used to have in the village when they didn't have much food. They make these.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a poverty meal, you know?
Και σένα που σου έφερνα στο σχολείο, σου φτιάνα και τρώγατε.
Yes, I remember that. So sometimes when my grandpa used to... Oh my god, it's actually bringing back all these memories. So anyway, if you want to see us do that again, that's what that is. And Tasty Tuesday is right. I look at you, lady, effing snack. Oh my gosh, Big Mommy. It's not always like this. Oh, that's hilarious. What? Okay. It's not always like this. I don't always look like a jester. But thank you so much for stopping by. And I had fun raiding into your channel the other night. Yeah. I'm embarrassed. Did you edit the clip called Body on that channel? I did not. In fact, I don't run that channel. It's run by Sea Locket, and I actually haven't even seen that clip because I saw the thumbnail of myself in the maid outfit and I was just like, I can't bring myself to watch it. So is it a good video? I hope so. I mean, it's Sea Locket, so of course it's going to be good. But yeah, it's me like looking like a maid. So, you're a gorgeous lady. Very sweet. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'm sorry that I asked you to do a shoey, by the way. I knew I was pushing my luck, but yeah, I think, you know, I don't really know much about alcohol in general. So when people ask me for what drink they should do, like what they should drink, I just say a shoey and just roll with that. So I'm normally just cracking up that you have these costumes just ready to go. I literally have a bucket right there. You guys can't even see it. Filled with a bunch of costumes. Like, I could put on a cloak right now, guys. I'm not even kidding. That I've never worn before. So, wait, let me take this off. And, again, hopefully remain decent here. I don't drink, and I don't do drugs. Like, I'm pretty straight edge in that regard, but I say to people it's because, like, my other vices, like sweet things and, you know, some other stuff, like, they're bad enough, so I have to control at least something in my life, right? You want to see a cloak? I'll show you a cloak, okay? It kind of matches the whole outfit. So, wait, I might have to take this off. I'm sorry, guys. Just to get the real vibes going. And let's see if it actually looks good. I'm not sure. I haven't worn this before on stream. So, okay. What the fuck? Wait a minute. Is this right? Oh, okay. It's meant to tie up like here at the neck. Okay. I can't see. Welcome to the cherry cult, guys. Okay. Little Blue Riding Hood. Yes. Okay. Now, don't laugh at my not tying capabilities because they're really bad, but... There we go. Okay. Okay. Like, I did not plan for it to go like this stream, but here we are. So, I need to be able to see. Oh, what big eyes you have, Grandma. Mysterious. Would you like a poisoned apple? my god. Oh yeah, you're not even wearing your masquerade headwear, and I do have it. Should we go all the way? Do you guys want to go all the way with me? Please. Please work, please work. Oh, yes. I don't even know how that worked. Oh my gosh. Being so happy I broke it, I know. We're back. I'm only slightly disheveled. And who's just subscribed then? I should say thank you properly. Thick mommy, thank you. Thank you kindly. I'm so sorry guys. I didn't mean to, you know, do that. Yeah, literally unplanned silent time. I need to put away a piece of clothing because Thick Mommy subscribed. And let's see. I'm just gonna grab something random from back there. So look. Pretty cool, huh? Alright. A pink shirt. That's fine. It's not still muted, is it? Okay. Oh god. Okay, now, what I was going to do before... Yeah. You guys can choose. Which one are we going for? Silver or blue? Now, this one? Or, I'll just show you both. Wait. What the heck? Why does this look creepy AF? Like, what the heck? It's meant to be sexy, it's just creepy. Like, stay away from me, man. Okay. It's all unplanned yet conveniently placed outside of the frame. It literally is right there. In a box where I've put all my costumes. Oh, okay. Would you like a poisoned apple? What? I mean, would you like a normal apple? Yeah, I don't know how the hair should be. How should it be? Like, more scruff? Holy shit. More scuffed? When you have to be at the ball by 10 but deliver a picnic basket to grandma at 9. That's so real, man. That's so real. Oh. Let's try the other one. This one's not tied up. If I were a superhero, would you like to be saved by me? Or would you just say, don't revive me? I don't know, for some reason I thought this would look way sexier, but in fact it just looks goofy AF. What the hell? It's like it doesn't fit. You know, it does not fit me correctly. So, alright, well. That's the thing. But I will say, I didn't actually mean for this to look like color coordinated. But there we go. It kind of looks like I planned it. I did try. And it's a thought that counts. I don't know, this is kind of giving, but only from this high. Because like when I stand up, it looks goofy AF as well. Like this is not fitted. So like, I don't know, I feel like it should be more like that, you know? But I don't know. This is not happening. Like a tunic, exactly. I don't really look good in the tunic style because I think I need more fitted clothes. But yeah, if we're going for goofy, then that's fine. So, Mother Gothel style. Mother knows best. What are the songs from is it Rapunzel? We could sing Disney songs. Like, I literally can't even think of one from Rapunzel. Tangled, sorry, you're right. Mother knows best. Fuck me dead. No. You guys know, actually, I was doing some more music stuff recently. And I was having a good voice day a few days ago, and now it seems that that's completely gone. But if you would like to hear a little preview of a song, I didn't send it in the Discord, but I'm happy to play it for you now if you guys want, like from my phone. I could try and actually play it, but I'm a bit nervous. I'm a bit too nervous. So let's test your singing. Oh, okay. If this sounds horrible, I just apologize, okay? So, smooth operator. Smooth operator. Oh god, it's you know, doing what it does. I have a song to show you guys, and hopefully this is the right one. Oh no, how horrible. This is called A Tide, and because I cut my nails, sad day. It actually was a long time coming because don't even talk to me about accents, because my auntie is really into like nail polish. She has basically a whole nail polish shop in her own room, and she likes painting my nails, and she gets mad at me, like genuinely mad when I cut my nails. And so I always tease her and I say, ooh, auntie, I'm gonna cut my nails tonight. And she's like, don't you dare. Anyway, I finally did, because as long and pretty as they were, I couldn't type that well, I couldn't strum on my guitar. And then she always tells me, oh, are you in a band? And then I say, yes, I am, in fact. And then I finally bit the bullet and got back into playing. And so I was like, I hope I remember actually how to play. And this is kind of my reintroduction into ukulele. And I think I did all right, at least. So you guys can tell me what you think. Damn, it's still pink in the mic. How far back do I gotta be? Okay. Sometimes all I wanna do is cry. Other times I think my stars could just ignite. I need myself a guide. I need myself a light to believe in. I need myself a tide, the ocean just to rise and sweep me away, and I'll cry again another day. Okay, hopefully that was better. So that's my little reintroduction, and I know it doesn't, like I didn't enunciate that well in the actual song, but I say in the lyrics, I need myself a guide. It sounds like guy, which, you know, is not entirely untrue, but I need myself a guide. I need myself a light to believe in. And then, you know, because it rhymes with, need myself a tide, the ocean just to rise and sweep me away. So, yeah. But anyway, that was a good voice day, and this is a medium voice day, so it's okay. I don't need a good singing voice because I have a poison apple. And so, yeah, it has potential. I think maybe it'll go up on the Club Cherry music video channel if, you know, if I feel like I have a picture that I can, like, combine it with. And, yeah, CapCut, fuck CapCut. But anyway, if I can find some other video editing app that I can vibe with. So, need myself a guide. Need myself a light to believe in. And I recorded like 20 takes of that because every time I played it, like I just, no matter where I was sitting and recording, it was like I was peaking the mic. And so that's why I was complaining at the start of that recording too. You can definitely get picked up for a role as an evil witch. Thank you very much. Thank you, my pretty. When I recorded it, I was enjoying myself, though of course I was doing my best to get a good clean recording, because what happens for me when I am making a song, I just press record and I'll like noodle around for a bit, and I'll find something that I like, and then I'll be like, okay, let's try that again, and just like spend a few times doing it over and over until I'm like attempting a basically finished copy, like a final draft. And yeah, it's kind of a delicate balancing act because you don't want to be too like cynical, just trying to make it sound as good as possible, because you want the real emotions to come through too. And for me, it's usually like I'm just working with what I got. So like my phone and my ukulele and no special equipment or anything else. Like I like the freedom and flexibility of just having an idea and being able to record it in whatever capacity, whether it's a poem or a song or, yeah, even streaming. I think like sometimes I get the random urge to start streaming like when I'm out and about, and I realize it's not possible because, like, you know, RL streaming is it's a whole different beast entirely. But yeah, I'm a lot like a sim in the sense that I get random ideas and stuff that I want to do, and it's nice to be able to facilitate that because the architecture of my life is scheduled around that. Like, for instance, besides my phone, which is like my second brain, in all of these rooms, like I'm always within an arm's reach of like a notebook and a pen, you know, or like some kind of musical or creative outlet. And I think it's a way to keep me sane, you know. I mean it, like almost every room, probably not the toilet or the bathroom. But yeah, you know, every bedroom, every lounge room, even the garage, there's always like stuff in there for me to just quickly jot something down if I feel like, oh, I have an idea that's going to escape me if I don't capture it right at this very moment. So yeah, I don't know. Instead of fighting myself in that way and trying to box myself into a more productive workflow, I've tried to accept it and actually go with the flow, the workflow. And I think that's helped. But yeah, I'm aware of the fact that that's not for everyone. So you're like the young version that steals youth from others to look young. That's very funny. But yeah, I don't know. I think when it comes to anything creative, it's more just like it's more like a blend of, the raw material itself and however much refinement you feel is necessary for the final adjacent product. And so, yeah, I've never been like classically or whatever it's called, like professionally trained for music or anything like that. Because for instance, when it comes to writing, I went to university and stuff like that, to learn more, even though I don't think that's necessary, right? When it comes to music and like guitar, ukulele, piano, and also singing, the only training I got was like social hour, like choir in high school. And that was mainly something I did because I just wanted to hang out with my friends for an extra hour after school once a week. So it was like, ostensibly I got a lot of training in, but it wasn't really like they were teaching us how to sing. They were just making us sing whichever way we already were doing it in a group. And so, yeah, I don't really have any good advice or techniques. So I just do what I think sounds all right-ish. And yeah, it means it's more temperamental, I think, than most. But yeah, not fighting yourself is a good piece of advice, because I think for me, that's something I've been learning slowly but surely over time. Just go with what you know is within your wheelhouse and also something you find enjoyable, and not what you think will be the most palatable to other people. Yeah, creating from the heart. That's exactly right. Sounds better than all right-ish. Oh, thank you. That's kind of you to say. And I do get really, really big stage fright as well, even when I'm just on my own. Like there's sorry, I don't know if you guys could hear that, like outside. Some alarm is going off. Anyway, there's this thing and it's like the red button phobia. And so as soon as you press record, you get this like paralyzing fear, and every single bit of music theory that you've ever learned just goes out the window. And that's something that I get even when I'm just on my own. It used to happen a lot in school, of course, but like, recording on my phone, as soon as I press that button, I could be singing perfectly. I need myself a guide, I need myself a light to believe in, and then press the button, and I'm like, what happened? And so, yeah, that's something I don't know, like, how to fix. It just takes a little bit of mental trickery. Like, I pretend that I haven't pressed it, and then I just like subtly trick half my brain into forgetting that I'm recording. And so, yeah, it's very common. And so I don't feel bad about it. I just get annoyed at myself sometimes because I'm like, I literally just did this 20 times perfectly, or at least as perfect as I could be. And so, it's just annoying how all of a sudden this psychological tidal wave of fear just washes over me, and I'm just like, oink. Again, whatever that is. And so, anyway, yeah, it's not fun, but it just takes practice, and eventually sometimes just accepting it. Like, there are lots of little songs on my channel, which I'll show you guys. My music channel, if I can switch my account here, where like I've just uploaded the best possible draft that I could have done. So where's my channel? Here. Which you guys are welcome to check out or like subscribe to if you feel like it. I just give it my best shot because I know that, well, it's probably not going to get any better. And like we were talking about earlier, anything worth doing is worth doing poorly in my eyes. So where's a good example? There's one where I just like, I'm not able to actually get the right melody. Maybe this one. 'Cause I'm a fool. Yeah. For the words. Just how bad you treat me. As long as you berate me sweetly, fool, for the world. Flashbang in the pan, happily abandoned. Wow, 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 wow. I'm a fool for the world. I don't care just how bad you treat me, as long as you berate me sweetly, fool for the world. A flashbang in the pan, happily abandoned. No, it's like not working. Maybe I need the guitar. You know, it's just like I could have tried to do that same draft again and again and again and frustrate myself endlessly. But eventually it's just like, well, this is real. This is the realest version. And so going with the flow, it makes me happy to share that stuff with you guys because, I don't know. It's more meaningful to me than the most polished, perfectest version. So, wow, 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 wow. Yeah, I mean, I used to be self-conscious about the little comments and I would potentially want to remove them. But they're now just part of the fabric of, you know, like the actual song. It's kind of like a non-singing lyric, if that makes sense. And it's littered throughout this channel. So I don't purposely try and manufacture them, but when they come up, I'm like, well, that's just part of it. So it's something very compelling about your singing and the rawness of it. That's very sweet of you, Cody. I appreciate that. You'll hear, like with some of the older songs, or older at least in terms of when they were made, not necessarily posted, that my voice does go through a change, like in terms of like singing quality and ability. I feel like the difference is audible, and that's kind of cool. I mean, it's cringy to listen to some of the older stuff, but like it's good to know that hopefully I'm actually changing. Would I ever make music for pole dances? I wish I had that skill. I mean, I've got a couple of more like club banger type songs, like if I can find it. Where is it? Me Too, wherever it is. And What I Got On. More of the like, you know, more produced stuff, like this one. I made this in FL Studio. You can hear the processing on the audio, but that's fine with me. Everything's so blue today, guys. In the club, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of pole dancey. GTA 6. Imagine that, you're just driving down the fucking freeway in GTA 6 and you hear that. Yeah, you go to the strip club. I don't know, I take that as a compliment. But this is very much like novice-y because I didn't really know what I was doing in FL Studio, and you know, this is the best I could do. So the subwoofer's going, yeah, exactly. I'm actually talking in the background, but I don't know if you can hear it. Darkwing, welcome in. There's meant to be stuff here, but I didn't really know what to put, so maybe a feature. But there we go. When I like make something like this, I usually don't revisit it unless I'm just absolutely struck dumb by like a you know, a new idea for it. But typically my ideas take the shape of new songs. And yeah, because all this stuff, like my poetry and all that stuff, is like what I would consider to be free use for the internet. If someone ends up taking this and put something in there, that's cool with me. And like, you know, I wanted this to be as accessible to people as possible. So this is another one that's kind of a bit more dancey. I didn't do the production for this. It's automatic. Ooh, I know it's tragic, but I'm wondering if you want me to. Open source poetry, that's exactly right. Ooh, it's automatic. Ooh, I know it's tragic, but I'm wondering if you want me to. Is not the a pole dancery. Where the garment gapes.
Oh God. Which is the realm of textual pleasure. There are no erogenous zones, a foolish expression. Besides, it is intermittent, as psychoanalysis has so rightly stated, which is erotic. The intermittence of skin flashing between two articles of clothing, trousers and sweater. Between the two edges, the open-necked shirt, the glove and the sleeve. It is this flash itself which seduces. Nobody can stop me and I'm wondering if you need to. Ooh, it's automatic. Ooh, I know it's tragic, but I'm wondering if you need to. Nobody can stop me and I'm wondering if you need to. Ooh, it's automatic. Ooh, I know it's tragic, but I'm wondering if you need to.
So there we go. Yeah. That's freely available for anyone to check out and you know, do with what you will. I don't feel protective over my work in the sense that, you know, I'm gonna fucking go around copyright claiming stuff. I want it to be used. I want it to help encourage people. I don't want to use the word inspire because I don't feel like I'm that self-important. But if it's like something that people feel like they can use as a springboard for their own creative work, that's my ultimate pleasure. So could I sing it in an accent? Which accent? The fucking guess the word. I don't even know if I could. See, when I sing, I don't even use my own accent. It's more like a very like stereotypical kind of Americanized or westernized accent, like I've been dreaming of your body. Like that's kind of, it's lost some of its Australianness. Nobody could stop me, wondering if you want me to. But okay, let me try. It's automatic. Oh my God, I know it's tragic, but I'm wondering if you want me to. Sorry, I didn't mean to inflict that upon your ears. But yeah, good try. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, like I don't want to, you know, to claim that like, oh, I'm so creative that people are going to be so inspired by whatever it is I make. It's always just like an offering, like here's my beating heart on a platter, do with that what you will. And whether it gets turned into like another form of art, or whether it's just looked at and poked and prodded, that's okay with me. Because like no matter what happens, I'm still going to be doing the offering. And once it's out there in the world, I think some people feel like a possessiveness over their own work, and I understand the impulse, but very much in like the sort of death of the author vein, I feel like whatever I share with people becomes less mine and more ours collectively. So yeah, anyway, I think my brother is waiting for me, and even though I would like to, you know, chat all day in this cloak and outfit, we should probably wrap up because yeah, I haven't had dinner and I would like to, but can I say no? Oh, by the way, Darkwing, I was thinking of you. Let me show you something. We were talking about this the other day. You asked me about my corset. This is my singular corset that I own. It connects up at the front, which is kind of cool. It's helpful, and it's like beige colored because it's meant to be worn under clothes. Like there are some corsets that you can wear as outerwear, but this is like meant to be more shapewear style. So you're wondering, there it is. I still don't know where the heck I'm gonna put this, or if I should just hang it up or something. But anyway, that's part of the clothes that I need to put away. So as for what's for dinner, you're gonna laugh. It actually is genuinely HSP. Like, I'm not kidding, it's actually HSP. And then we're gonna have milkshakes. So you can see why I'm very excited for that. But I don't want to leave you guys without our classic, affirmations. So this is something we like to do once per stream. If you guys are new here, you might be like, oh, what's this? If you're an OG, you've heard this a million times, but it's a little pick-me-up, and also hopefully will work as somewhat of an apology for me dipping out early. I think I should be back to normal by the day after tomorrow, but yeah, I've just been kind of like still feeling on the precipice of being sick or something. But yes, it's a little pick-me-up from the wonderful mesmeric Amy Walker, and if you're wondering, that's the script, and this is where it's from, affirmations. So, affirmations with one S. There we go. I'll be streaming the day after tomorrow, which will be Thirsty Thursday. Ooh la la. And I think I'll be fine to do a full-length stream. So, yeah, this is something we like to do as a little, I don't know, a way to make everyone feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. So, without further ado, from Amy Walker to me, to you guys, it's my pleasure to tell you, yes, yes, you are. You are ready. You are equipped. You are connected. You are unique. You are gorgeous. You are loved. And my personal favorite, you are alive. So thank you very, very much for being here with me in this stream, for kicking it with me and like watching me put on random costumes and stuff. But way more importantly than that, for being here on this earth in general. And I know firsthand that it's not always easy, but it is always, 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 always important. So I hope I got that right, because I actually did not look at the script at all. But yeah, I'm sorry to cut it short today. I hope I don't get more sick. But at this point, I'm feeling like, yeah, just taking some, I don't want to say well-earned rest, partially earned rest. And yeah, I think about you guys all the time. So hopefully you can feel my brainwaves, if not, hear my actual voice on these streams. So might become fully sick after the HSP. Well, that's a guarantee. Thank you guys so much for being here. And we'll have to do more of these compliment streams in the future. Until then, let's find someone to raid into. And thank you guys again for your intense generosity in every single arena that there could be. This may be a bit of a teaser for next time, but I actually got my monthly or month and a halfly paycheck from Twitch, and I want to tell you guys, in the spirit of transparency, what it actually was. Now, I don't know the exact figure off the top of my head, but it was $500 AUD. So I wanted to share that. And next stream, I'll get into more of that and more of the behind the scenes stuff, if that's of interest at all. It might not be. But yeah, I think in the spirit of this channel and how we're always trying to talk about stuff that maybe other people keep more close to the chest for whatever reason, I would like to go more into that stuff because I'm not ashamed of it. And yeah, I won't dox myself. I'll try not to, at least. But I want to let you guys more into my world and yeah, I don't know. I think it's a miracle to make any money from Twitch because so many people attempt it, and I'm one of the lucky few that get to do this kind of thing. So yeah, I feel very blessed, and we can talk more about it next stream if you guys even care. I don't know if it's like boring or something, but yeah, transparency. I like it. I like it. The puns. Oh my gosh. But until then, oh, let's say hi to Burke. He's stopped in a few times, and I've actually had the pleasure of meeting him in real life, though this was a long time ago now. So, what's he up to? Playing Pokemon. Okay. Oh, wait. Did he just leave? Oh, he literally just left 2 minutes ago. Okay, well, not Burke. Let's see. Who should we raid into? It's an Australian thing, I guess. We all end at the same time. Let me see. Quill. She's always stopping by and leaving me a little lurk. So yeah, I know, I tried. Next time Burke stops in, I'll be like, I tried, man, I tried. Quill is like a literal model, or she used to be. She had a kid, I would say recently, but it's not really recently anymore. She's literally the sweetest person ever, and she is just a wonderful, you know, wonderful entertainer, and I have a total crush on her, but don't tell her that. So let's raid in, and I'm going to do my classic raid and fade. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being here, and yeah, hugs and kisses, cugs and hisses, behave, or at the very least don't get caught. I'll see you guys for Thirsty Thursday, and yeah, please take care. I'll be thinking of you guys, and I'll be, you know, doing my best to be back to my fullest, most Emmiest self by the next time we see each other. So take care. I love you guys so much. Mwah. Be well. And yeah, see Locket if you're listening. I hope you're well too, my friend. Bye.